Hi everyone, it's Christy. Welcome back. I have a viewer request from Patricia to do an envelope, 4-envelope flip mini album / journal. And I have several papers left over from Foxglove, so I thought this would be the perfect thing to do for that. It uses 4 envelopes. I'm using invitation size envelopes, so these measure 5 3/4 by 4 1/2, and they fit a 1/4 sheet. So I had printed some of the background pages on cardstock, and since there's 4 envelopes, I'm going to need 4 inserts, so I'm just going to divide this in half at 5 1/2 and 4 1/4. Makes life easy, and that will be my 4 journal card inserts. So 5 1/2. Whoa, that's not 5 1/2. That's 4 1/2. Let's do 5 1/2. Let's get it right, so I don't have to redo. And there's so much going on in these pages, so it doesn't really matter how you cut them up. They're still going to be great. I love the collage pages. And this one will be 4 1/2, or I'm sorry, 4 1/4. So 4 1/4 and by 5 1/2, and I didn't cut that all the way through, so let's finish it with my scissors. Okay, and I am going, sorry about that guys, didn't mean to bang. I'm going to use my corner chomper for these. I like to do that on journal cards. I'm going to use the 1/2 inch side. It just makes it easier, I think, to get in and out of the pocket. So probably what I'm going to do today is show you the components, show you how to put the structure together, and then I'll do some prep work, maybe put most of it together, and then we'll wrap it up together. Not sure what kind of closure I want to do on this one. I had something in my head and it flew right out because I didn't write it down. I know better. So just a reminder, I'm doing a giveaway on my channel for 1,500 subscribers. So if you haven't entered that, go find that video and enter, because that is a really cool journal. I was concerned because it was challenging along the way, but in the end, like I said, it always comes together, and you can't go wrong with the beautiful papers by Andrea at Artymaze. So I'm just going to ink around these. Okay, I forgot to put up my recording sign. Anyway, so I went ahead and inked these. They're coffee dyed, so these will be. Now here's the thing, I think mini albums and journals can be interchangeable. You could put a photo on the back, or you can journal on the back. It's up to you, or both, or whatever. So it doesn't matter if it's a mini album or a journal. This is a perfect size for a one-time event kind of thing. So, all right. So we've got the journal cards. This I'm going to use for the envelopes, but I want to show you what to do with the envelopes really quickly. Oh, and I wanted to mention, I mentioned Patricia. Hi Patricia, thanks for the suggestion. But this tutorial that I am following, I went and looked for 4 envelope flip journal, And Patricia had said it was on Artymaze's page, and it was done with freebies. So I Googled that, and I did get a video, but it didn't have... I looked at the pictures and I thought, I don't know if I can I guess I could figure it out from the pictures. But then I looked at the comments and I found where the original tutorial came from. And she got it from Scrimpingmommy. So I went back to Scrimpingmommy, and I will link her video below. It's called Beginner's Envelope Flip Album. And she gives really, really good instructions. She's a Stampin' Up lady, and love her accent, fun. I went through her channel, and there's a lot of good stuff in there, so go check her out. But anyway, you want to take 2 envelopes, and what we're going to do with the first couple of envelopes is we're going to tuck these in. I went ahead and inked both sides. I don't know how much I'm going to need to ink, but I figured, I might as well try. So I am going to use glue stick for this part, only because I don't want to make a big mess, because what I'm going to do is tuck these in and leave them. And I think this will be sufficient for this. So just going to tuck those in, and I think that will... It's not going to be lifted or moving or anything like that, so that'll probably stay fine. But that's a little less messy for me to try and adhere that flap down inside. So like that. Okay, so we're going to do that again with this one. These are going to be our side flips. And yes, I'm using it generously, but I want it to stick. So lift that up, tuck this inside. It kind of has enough moisture in it also that it makes it obey your command. So, okay. So now we've got the 2 that are flips. These are going to be on the side, and this is going to be in the middle, and this one will be on the bottom. So in order for there to be enough room for everything to fold together, because this is going to fold this way, this is going to fold this way, this is going to fold this way, and this will fold down. If I don't put some gussets in there, I'm going to get this with... it's not going to close properly, especially by the time I put the cards, the journal cards, etc. inside. So we've got the 2 on the side that have been tucked in. We're going to put those aside for a minute. I want to get my scoreboard out, and we are going to score the flaps. Let me use this. So what we want to do, and I'm just going to stick this on here. I don't know if an 1/8 of an inch will work. I haven't used it. I'm just going to go with I think it's Amanda. I'm going to go with what she said on Scrimpingmommy, and score it 1/4 of an inch. So I've just pushed that over to the edge, and I'm going to come over here to 1/4 of an inch. And that's going to... I probably should have scored it on this side, but there we go, because it's going to fold this way, like that. And that gives us a gusset for the top. So you can see I'm going to need to ink that. All right, we're going to do the exact same thing with this one. And do it gently. You don't want to tear through. Now these envelopes are pretty good paper stock, but you want to be careful if you're using thinner envelopes. These are from my stash from Crafter's Companion when my mom bought me the what was it? The card making compendium, and I'm still using all the components. I've got a ton of stuff from that I will there's just so much, and I incorporated it into my existing stash, and sometimes I don't see it, but I got, oh man, there was so many goodies in there. So the envelopes happen to be sitting near me, so I use those quite a bit with the cards as well. It's nice, nice heavy card. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to come over here and do this one. And I think she, if I remember correctly, she attached these with washi tape. I don't, well, unless I use the Tim Holtz washi. I wonder if there's something that would, I'm thinking I'm going to use paper strips from the cutoffs to adhere it. Only because I have it and I want to use it up. Okay, so there's the other gusset. All right, so the way this gets attached then, and I want to kind of put some ink along there too. Grunge this up a little bit more. Actually, that's going to be inside. And we're going to cover some of this, but we're not going to cover all of it. So that way we're covered. Okay. So this is going to be the top one. This will be the closure. She did a wraparound closure. We could do a magnet closure because we are going to map paper over the top. So maybe we'll do that. That would be fun. But then that would be attached to, I don't know, I'll have to wait and see because I haven't put it together yet. So this is the first time I'm doing this. But this envelope is going to attach here, not on that score line, but right up to it. And I'm going to want to line these up on the sides. I'll probably put something on the outside of the spine, maybe lace or something, because you can see the way these envelopes are made, there's a very, they go in more than some envelopes. So if you have some that have kind of a flat, like, let's see, I have my craft envelopes, you know, if they have like this kind of closure, you're not going to notice that as much. But, and it's probably not a big deal, but I want to cover it. And, you know, it's lace, so. So I'm going to, I just guess I did not need to distress this one. Come right up to that score line, but not over it. Okay, and then we're going to put that on there. And I'm going to put this over here on the edge so I can make sure that's lined up on the edge here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, but you can see that it's going to fold up in that, and we have the little gusseted areas in there. Okay. All right, now this side we'll be attaching these. So I think what I would like to do, and maybe oh, you know what? Maybe I'll do that on this side as well, so that it's all matching. So I'm going to make 1-inch strips. Alright, so put those back in the stash. And I have these little bins, clear bins on the side when I'm finished with the project. I just kind of throw everything that's left in the bin. And then, so it's going to be time for me to make a collage soon, because I've got a lot of stuff in there. I always do that upside down. So these are going to be 4.5. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and cut them at 4.5. That way I don't have to worry about it. And I guess I should put the pin in. And then I am going to go ahead and help myself by scoring them in half. because it kind of helps me line it up as well. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it on this side, and I'll tell you why. Because then I'm going to have to trim all these little pieces around the pocket. So I'm going to flip this whole thing over and do it on this side. Okay, so we'll just put some, I guess I should ink this too. I'll fast forward some of this inking for you guys. I don't mind watching inking. Sometimes I think it's kind of soothing, but I know it's when you're trying to watch. I mean, I subscribe to almost 400 people, and there's so many videos I want to see that I don't get to see, and especially if they make longer videos, I feel bad because I have to, you know, fast forward through them. But you know, I just can't watch 400 videos a day. I wish I could. There's so much good stuff out there. I don't know what I did before YouTube. Well, yeah, I do. I probably watched the DIY channel. Probably why I was doing quilting, because there was a quilt show on the PBS has a channel called Create, and I watched that a lot. So yeah. Okay. That looks cool. But they, you know, they would rerun them and not show the current seasons, which is fine the first time you're watching, but when they repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, it's like, okay, now what? And then I guess it was probably, oh, I don't even know, when 2013 to 2012 when I discovered YouTube. Alright, so let's put that on and line that up. Make sure it's the right way, and then attach. And then I think I'll flip this over to make sure it's lined up right, so that it's straight in here. I guess that means I don't need to turn it over to do it. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing on this side. I'll just adhere the glue and then tuck it under there. That'll be easier. Okay, I'm playing like usual. Experiment and see which way works best for you. What works for me may not be the most comfortable for you. So there's more than one way to do it. Remember that saying, we used to always say it, more than one way to skin a cat. What the heck is that about? I'd like to know the origins of that. We grew up saying that all the time, and one of my kids brought it to my attention and was like, that's not the greatest thing to say. Yeah, it's not, because I love cats and I don't want to skin them. Alright, so let's get that on there. I think I need to go up with it. Didn't get it exactly where I wanted it. There. I like that the you got a little wiggle room with the 3-in-1. Okay. Alright, so now we have, it's still a little cockeyed. There we go. Okay, so that flips over, this flips up, and this flips down. And that's the whole structure of it. So do I want to put this on? Because it's not exactly, I guess I could. I could line it up on this fold here. But you know what? I don't think it's necessary. I'm not going to do that. So what I could do, I'm not going to worry about that either. If I had a little brown marker or something, I could get right in there, but I think I'm just going to try and put some ink in there and then we'll be fine. Just like that. Okay, so there's our basic structure. What I'm going to do then is, we've got these will be going in the pockets, so I may put tabs or something on these. So let's see, we'll put these in and see how we're doing. Yeah, because these are a quarter sheet. That looks nice. And you know what I think I'm going to do, because I have a lot of tabs and such left over, I think I am going to put tabs on these. I don't know about this bottom one because I've inked them, and so they're kind of, well, no, that's good. Okay. There we go. Okay. So there we've got the basic format.